Hello there, I'm going to do an ombre hairdo today for you to see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it from brown to slightly blonde, not blonde, and I've done a couple of strand tests, which is important. I'm going to show you these first. I've done 2 strand tests here. It's really important to do. If you can look right at the top near the sellotape here, the light's as good as I can get it, but that is brown as the brown hair was. If I move this down to this lighter colour, you can see the difference. You see that there? And all that was some bleach with 9% volume hydrogen peroxide added. Oops, sorry. For 10 minutes added on there. Now that really lightened up really quickly, and I was just kind of trying to see there with the colour how quickly it would come up, and that is amazingly fast. And I was really shocked at how quick that came up. Now also we tried it on a purple colour, which is just like one of the, you might know them as crazy colours, but it was a slightly different one. Let me turn that around there, you might be able to see them both next to one another. And the reason for this was straight on top of the brown, and it was to see how purple it would be, and it is actually quite plummy. If you come here, that's probably even better to see. So I'm quite pleased with that. Now a way to test the strength of the hair, because what she doesn't want to do, she doesn't want to lose any length, and this is right at the very end of the hair, which is the oldest piece of hair. What you have to do is you have to get your fingers and you kind of pull it to see if it's elastic or not. Now imagine wet cotton wool. If it's wet and you try and pull it apart, it goes like stringy like that, and that's really not what you want for this hair, because then it's just going to break off. So we want to make sure the condition's good, which is why I only left it on for 10 minutes, because seeing the colour it came out so quickly is brilliant. But I won't be able to work fast enough to get all the foils in within 10 minutes. So she will be coming up lighter than that. What we're also going to do, the next stage I'm going to show you, is going to pop just a little bit of this purple on top of pre-lighted hair, which is this. So you'll see the difference in the colours of those. So I'm going to go do that now and show you. I have the purple taken. Purple is taken in the bowl there of the piece I already showed you of the lightened hair, pre-lightened hair. And this is the colour that I'm using, just to test that out. It says semi-permanent, but you don't add any hydrogen peroxide to it, so it isn't going to actually oxidise inside the hair. So it's going to be temporary, basically. A couple of washes and that'll be out. After the first wash, it definitely starts to fade. But they are nice. Oh, look, they call that violet. I've got another colour as well that I'll show you, because you might find it exciting. Ah, look at that. Proper pink. Carnation pink. Sure is pink. So that's nice, and you can get those quite cheaply as well. So I shall leave that in there for 15 minutes and then rinse it off and dry it a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like. I have a very shy model here. We're going to turn this lovely long, that's not the long bit, the long brown hair with some ombre. Okay, you're not going to be able to see me. And I'm going to turn her away like that. Okay, so I'm going to start off, just going to explain to you. I'm sorry that you can't see my head as well. I normally like to use foils for my packets, but I'm going to use these things. And what these do, when you put your bit of colour on, they actually stick straight away to the hair, because it's difficult to put packets into the end. It's easier to use these and it sticks. You'll see as I go along what it is that I'm doing. As you can see, we've started putting the packets in here, down the side. And we're going to go quite a fair way up. Rather than make it look like a dip dye, it's going to be an ombre, okay, which is important that you make that difference. And obviously I'm always going to stand up for the professional hairdresser, because I am one. I would never ever attempt to do this on my own hair, because I think that it's impossible. And the difference between I've seen like the videos and stuff, which are, you know, if that's what you have to do, it's what you have to do. But I'm just weaving out just a few fine bits of hair in between, which is what makes it not just the dip dye. This is what makes it a professional look. So she's going to have a few of those natural colours weaving through there, and that's going to make it look like a professional job, rather than just somebody that's just gone in the bathroom and scrunched it onto their own hair. Can you see what I've done there? This is if you're a professional hairdresser, you're going to know about this little trick. Sticks to the hair, and then you can just brush on what you want. Now I've left a bit of length. I'm going to go up further than that, but I'm going to do it once the brush is drier. Okay, so I'm going to put the majority of the colour on the ends. So once the brush is drier and there's not so much on it, I'm just going to dry brush this up slightly because what you don't want is a hard line there, which is going to look horrible. So take another one of these highlight foam packets and just go on top, and it just sticks like that. Okay, if you try to do that with foil, it's going to be really difficult to make that package happen. I want to point out to you at this stage, I am using, it's not all bleach that I'm using every other one bleach, just weaving out a tiny bit, taking really small sections, and every other one is high lift tint. Now I'm going to probably say this in loads of my videos, the difference between bleach and high lift tint, until it goes in your head, until you always remember it. Okay, bleach takes colour out of the hair, tint puts colour into the hair. Alright, so if you bear that in mind, if you're ever trying to lift a colour like this to come up lighter using tint, the only thing that's going to make that lift slightly is the peroxide that you add to it, and not the actual tint. I hope that makes sense. So in other words, it's on hair like this, you're kind of lucky if it lifts it at all. But the reason that I'm using it is to break those colours up, so that there's some that are slightly more of a kind of honey blonde and some that are proper blonde. Okay, so remember, I'm going to do you a little test now. Bleach does what? Does it put colour in or take colour out? Can you remember, Jasmine? Bleach takes colour out of the hair, that's right. So it actually lifts out these, you know, this dark colour that's already in there. And if I wanted to tint it, that adds colour to the hair. Alright, so basically that's what we're doing. We're lifting out the brown colour that's here. You won't, if you're doing this yourself, you won't be able to obviously do various different colours, you won't be able to weave bits out, and I really do think it's a wise investment to go and get yourself a professional's opinion and a professional skill. You know, it's not easy to try and do your own hair. I'm going to take my hat off to you if you try, but it's not easy at all. I'm just going to show you this purple now it's taken for the little endy bit there. Look, that's taken really well. We've just got all the packets in there. I've taken them all at different angles as well. There's some hair left out which I've woven out, so as it will be gorgeous as that kind of like all melts in together. It'll be lovely. So I'm excited about that. We've just got all the packets in there. I've taken them all at different angles as well. There's some hair left out which I've woven out, so as it will be gorgeous as that kind of like all melts in together. It'll be lovely. So I'm excited about that. Here we are, finished product. I could not be happier with that than it is. Colours come up gorgeous, and she's got a few variations of colour going on in there, and really I'm so happy about it. I don't want to get your face. And I've done it kind of like a shaggy look there to just sort of make her look funky, trendy. And I really, I just need to mess those curls up just a little bit. But I'm really so happy with that. I think it's come out brilliant. The condition of it's fantastic. I have done a conditioning treatment on it, but it's really lovely. I've messed it up a bit now, but you know, you get the gist about the colours. What do you think, babe?
I love it.
So there we go. So that's our ombre colours.